morning, Adventure Kids. I hope you're all having the most wonderful week and enjoying the glorious sunshine that's come out today. I am very happy that it is sunny this morning and I hope you're having a great week. This week we are continuing learning all about Jesus' life when he was here on earth, and we are going to be learning about Jesus' very first miracle when he turned water to wine. So I'm going to hand over to Tamsin now and she's going to read the story to us.
Good morning, Adventure Kids. My name is Tamsin and I'm going to read you a story this morning. I hope you're ready and sitting comfortably. Now, this morning's story is about Jesus performing his first miracle, and that was when he turned some water into wine. So are you ready to hear all about it? Good. This story is about Jesus' very first miracle. Jesus and his family and his friends were all at a wedding together. So you know that's when two people get married and you have the bride in her beautiful dress and a handsome groom in his suit and the bridesmaids and page boys. Well, they were having an amazing time. They were drinking nice wine and eating yummy food. But the wine at the party ran out and everyone began to have a bit of a panic. But Mary, who was Jesus' mum, said to Jesus, "Well, they have no more wine." Jesus was confused and asked, "Well, what's it to do with me? Why are you involving me? My hour has not yet come." Well, his mother then turned to the servants and told them to do whatever Jesus said. Well, Jesus told them to fill 6 stone jars that they were used for washing. He told them to fill them with water. So the servants filled them to the brim. Jesus then told them to pour some of this water into the glass and serve it to the master at the banquet. Well, they did that, and the master said it was the best wine he had ever tasted. He told the groom it was the best wine he'd ever had, even better than the wine that they'd had at the beginning of the day that had cost them lots of money. This was the first miracle Jesus performed. Well, that was a great story, wasn't it, Adventure Kids? And are you ready? Because do you remember, after each story, we always have 3 things that we like to remember. And this week, the 3 things are about Jesus. So you ready with number 1? Mary knew that Jesus was able to make a miracle happen. She believed in him and she trusted that he was who he said he was. Number 2, this was Jesus' first miracle. It was the beginning of people believing in his power and believing he was who he says he is. And number 3, the water into the wine was the best wine. Jesus turned water into the best wine. It was a celebration. It demonstrates that God loves to give us his best. He loves to do the best that he can. So there's our 3 things we can remember. Have a great week, Adventure Kids. Goodbye.
Thank you, Tamsin. I love hearing about how Jesus walked the earth and he did miracles whilst he was here on earth. And that's such a cool story, isn't it? That he did his very first miracle when he wasn't really expecting to, and he still did such an incredible thing that made so many people really happy. We are going to try a little bit of a different activity today. Rather than doing a craft like we normally do, we're going to try, guys, to make our own water to wine activity. So you will need 2 glasses, a secret ingredient, and some water. Okay, I'm going to show you and then I'll tell you how to do it, alright? So here we have my 2 glasses. We've got a glass full of water and then we've got an empty glass here. So we are going to try and make this water turn into wine. Are you ready? Can you count me in? Ready? 3, 2, 1. Oh, I'm a bit wet, but wow! How cool is that? We've turned that glass of water into wine. Well, the secret ingredient that I didn't tell you was we had a tiny little bit of food colouring at the bottom of this glass, and that's what's made it go red, like wine. The amazing thing is, Jesus in the story, he didn't need food colouring to make it turn into wine, and this definitely doesn't smell like wine, and I'm sure it doesn't taste like wine, but Jesus, he made the best wine, didn't he? He made the best wine that could be. So let's do the activity again, but this time I will show you how I'm doing it. Okay, so what you really need for the activity is 2 glasses, 1 full of water, and 1 you want to put a little bit of water in. Then you want some food colouring, so I'm going to squeeze a little bit of food colouring into the bottom now. So just squeeze it in. And then I've got a tiny bit of water at the bottom of mine just to help it. So I've got a spoon as well. I'm just going to give it a little mix. There we go. So it's nice and ready for the water to be poured in. Okay? So then, when you want to show somebody the activity, you've got to hide it. So that's why, if you noticed, I was holding the glass a bit funny. So you've got to hide your red colouring, and then you're going to get your other glass, and you are going to pour it in. And just be careful, because I managed to spill lots of water on myself earlier. There we go. And you have made water to wine. And you want to make sure that you use warm water, just so that the food colouring definitely mixes in. One last thing, guys, very exciting. Last week we had a competition. I asked you what was the name of the plant that we were talking about in the video, and we had quite a lot of responses, and guys, you were right. The answer was the vine. We were talking about God being like a vine. And so I have got my bunch of names in here, as you can see. Let me wiggle them around, and I am going to pick our winner. So the winner is Micah! Amazing, Micah, I've got in contact with you, so you have got an amazing vision jumper and an amazing devotional coming your way. Well, that's almost everything. We are going to finish off with a prayer, so maybe you want to bow your heads, close your eyes. Dear God, thank you that you sent your son Jesus to live on the earth among us and with us. Thank you that while he was on earth, he performed so many amazing miracles. And thank you that Mary believed in him even when other people around him didn't. Thank you that you believe in fun and that you believe in celebration, and help us to celebrate the little things this week. Thank you that you love us and that you care for us. Amen. Amen. Well, guys, I hope you have had a wonderful time. We have had so much fun. I love turning water to wine with you, even if it wasn't the real thing. If you didn't want to do that activities, grown-ups, there is a link in the bio where you can download a little craft to do, so maybe you want to do that instead. Anyway, I hope you have an amazing week, and I would love to hear from you, so don't hesitate. If you want to get in touch, please let us know on social media, email, all of that. We would love to hear from you. Have an amazing week, guys, and I can't wait to see you all soon. Bye!